What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns here. And one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy doing, well, most of the time, unless it's an a-hole, is replying to your comments. Now, when I first launched the channel back in March, for some odd reason, YouTube would not let me reply to people's comments, and it sucked. But fortunately, that changed, and I'm able to do it most of the time. Anyways, what I would like to do eventually is have a weekly Q&A show where you guys send me questions, either in comments or private message me, or via Twitter, or of course over at the brand spanking new Facebook page, which is listed below in the description section, by the way. And once a week I compile the questions and I answer them, and I may start doing that. It just depends on if anyone ever wants to ask me any questions. Feel free to do so. But anyways, I always try and answer people whenever they leave a question or inquiry on any of my videos. And of course you're thinking, why would I mention all this if I didn't have an example? Well, you're right, I do have an example. One of my new subscribers, C30, the NC30, inquired on my gambling DLC last night about Rockstar possibly adding more music, to the radio stations. Currently there's 15 music stations and 2 talk stations. Now, I could be wrong, but I think C30 is referring to a video that was done by Mr. Boss for the Win, another fellow YouTuber. You may or may not have heard of him. He's a little bit bigger than me, by the way. No, not in size, but in, subscribers. So he talked about the fact that there was this list of deleted songs that were supposed to be on some of these radio stations like Blue Arc, Channel X, Los Santos Rock Radio, Lowdown 91.1, Nonstop Pop, etc. that was in the beta version of Grand Theft Auto 5, but when it was released September 17th, 2013, about a year ago, these songs that Mr. Boss was referring to was not included, obviously. But you can go below in the description section, click on the link to a Wikipedia page, and scroll all the way down, and you can see the deleted songs that were supposed to be on these various radio stations. Now, as somebody from radio, because I was a radio guy back in the day, well, back in the day for me was like 10 years ago, I was a DJ, I was also a music director, so I know a thing or two about radio stations, about music, about production, sweepers, libraries, etc. I think that it would be a good idea for Rockstar to eventually add these songs in a future DLC. I think that would be fantastic, because if you take a CD, and we'll go with CDs for all of you that still know what a CD is. Alright, and you only put, say, 10 songs on that CD, and you said, okay, when you drive around, this is all you get, these 10 songs. Whether you loved them or hated them or didn't care one way or the other, you would get tired of them after a while. They'd get burnt out. So even a radio station that you happen to like among the 17, 15 music, 2 talk, you get tired of. Whether it's Mirror Park or Rock Radio, Radio Los Santos, Nonstop Pop, Rebel Radio, you get the idea. And adding more music would pump a little bit of fresh blood into those stations. It would add a little something to all of them. But after a while, what's going to happen is, even if they did that, you're going to have the same problem. You'll have more songs on each radio station, but even that's going to get tiresome, because you're going to be like, oh, I've heard this song a bazillion times before. And this is not a problem that Grand Theft Auto has by itself, because you go to any other video game that has, fictional radio stations, they have this strict rotation. The same songs over and over again. The same sweepers, the same fictional commercials. They may have been funny once or twice, but after you listen to them after a while, you kind of get tired of them. It adds to the ambiance, to the atmosphere, to that world. But real radio stations are constantly evolving, constantly adding new sweepers and new music. And you could say your favorite radio station right now, whatever it happens to be, whether it's a satellite radio station or terrestrial, meaning one of your local radio stations. If you were to listen to it today and then step into stasis or the time machine, the TARDIS, whatever, and go a year from now in the future, the radio station may be the same format, it may be the same name, and it may play some of the same songs, but it's going to have some new stuff as well. It's going to be changed up a little bit. You're not going to have the same songs back to back to back that you had a year earlier. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So that's definitely one of the issues that they have when it comes to radio stations in video games like Grand Theft Auto and, of course, Saints Row, among few. But that doesn't detract the fact that Laszlo, who puts all this together, by the way. He doesn't just do the funny stuff on the air on the various talk stations from Grand Theft Auto 3. And when he did the rock station on Vice City, and of course a cameo in San Andreas, and Integrity for Grand Theft Auto 4, and now Chatosphere, along with the whatever is it, that TV show, the ripoff of American Idol. He doesn't just do the personality stuff. He also does a lot of the production stuff in the background. He's the one who comes up with the ideas for the different radio stations, the sweepers, the music. So he does a lot of this work. So big props to Laszlo, because he does a lot of work he doesn't get credit for. I'm sure he gets paid handsomely by Rockstar. A couple peanuts and maybe a soda pop or two. But anyways, he does a good job. But at the same time, it's the fact that you get tired of it after a while, the same music over and over again. It's going to be a problem that video games are going to face, for years to come because of copyright issues. You would like to add your own music. I know you would. I would too. I'd love to be able to have my own library, but it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And I don't know what the solution is besides having your own music playing right beside you. Maybe put on some headphones if you don't like to use your headset and do Xbox parties or PlayStation parties and whatnot. Just have your own music playing when you're driving around. It would be cool if they actually had a feature like an MP3 feature where you could click on it and it would allow you to listen to your own music while you were doing it. So you put music in your Xbox or your PlayStation. Anyways, I don't know what the solution is. I wish I did. I don't know if they're intending on eventually adding this music or not. I would like for them to do so. I think it would be a fantastic idea, but only time will tell. And I apologize for getting into the radio technical babble. It happens. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me know below in the comments section which is your favorite radio station throughout the entire Grand Theft Auto series. Is it Chatterbox from Grand Theft Auto 3? Is it V-Rock from Vice City? Some other station? Let me know below in the comments section if you found the video informative. I don't know how you would, but if you did somehow, hit the like button. And if you agree with me about the idea of finding ways to make the radio stations evolve a little bit better than they do, not just in Grand Theft Auto, but in other video games as well, hit the like button. Be sure and check out my channel. I post content daily, 7 days a week. And if you enjoy what I do, hit the subscribe button. That helps the gaming channel grow. It also encourages me to make more videos for you. And don't forget, I have a brand new Facebook page. Go ahead and click on it below in the description section and hit that like button, because when you hit the like button, it lets me know that somebody out there in this world actually likes me. Thanks for watching.